SMACNA Annual Convention here at the beautiful JW Marriott in Palm Desert, California. And we're going to be focusing on a little more of the legislative topics that are important to our contractors. And I have an expert with me today, Dan Monahan, one of our leaders when it comes to advancing legislation and being a tireless advocate for us here today with me. Dan, welcome in. It's always good to talk to you.
Thanks, Seth. Appreciate it.
So let's dive right into it. What is at stake right now legislatively for us as an industry? Like, why is it so important to be involved?
Well, I mean, just look at what we're doing around the country. Mega projects for one. There's one right there to begin with. That's all comes out of Washington. So I mean, all the money that they funnel, whether it's the chips or the battery plants or any of that type of stuff, that's all, and it's all being done. Most of it's all being done union construction. So that's huge for us.
And like, what does like your interactions with lawmakers look like? I mean, staff is the big one probably, because staff are really the one that push everything in front of their boss.
Yep. So we talk with staff. Stan's usually pretty good about setting us up with certain people. When I was at the CEA conference, he actually put me in front of Elise Stefanik, the Republican. You know, threw me to the wolves there. And but I mean, I've known her because she's from my district, so I've talked to her many times, and you know, she does help us on some issues. You know, even though being on the Republican side, helps us with Davis-Bacon and things like that. So, but also, you know, other Democratic side. Stan's really good at setting us up with all these people and getting us what we need to say. But yeah, like you said, a lot of their staff people we talk to first. So.
And the really cool thing about our industry, and I mean, I'm glad you mentioned your relationship with Congresswoman Stefanik, is that I feel like we're kind of nonpartisan in our neck of the woods. Sure, there's specific things but a lot of the infrastructure thing that generates a lot of jobs for districts and everything like that.
Yep.
So it's nice. We're kind of in a space where it's kind of a win-win for everybody, no matter your political persuasion, and it kind of probably helps you kind of get a lot of the wins in terms of when you work with the legislators.
Absolutely. I mean, you just think about it. Even if you know, say it does switch during the next presidency, all these jobs are out there and created already. So I don't see how they could pull that stuff back, you know, and people would start losing their jobs. So, like you say, it's got to be a bipartisan, and it's been working that way. So,
I'm really glad you mentioned CEA because I mean I've been a political animal on the Hill for around 20 years, and those events, people don't realize the value of those events because it's such a great chance for not only for our members to basically head up to the Hill and advocate for us, but it's a great opportunity to network with a lot of the other associations. Like, what is your favorite thing? Like, why is it so important for you to attend CEA, and why should a contractor think about it?
Well, one, believe it or not, is it's only like the second time I've ever been in Washington. I do a lot of stuff for Stan in the home, but just being able to get to Washington and see how the inner parts work. My first time there, I actually went and met with Congressman Tonko, and Stan took me to his office. They showed me around, and then afterwards I got to see how it really worked off-site. So they had some townhouses where they have little meetings and they bring in, you know, different people and they discuss their issues. So, and like Stan said, that's kind of how the back door part of the politics works, you know, and so it was really neat to see that type of stuff.
I'm really glad you also just mentioned about the district events. I mean, I see your face, courtesy of Stan, at a lot of events and fundraisers in the district. Like, how does that help the process? I mean, and yes, Stan, this is a shout out for you.
So, first, let me just shout out to my wife too, because we're dual CIC, so she attends a lot of these events with me sometimes. You know, she's like, "Do we have to do this one?" And I go, "Yeah, we have to do this." But she's really good. They all know her just as much as me. But getting back to, you know, why we would do this in the district, it's just like me working for, you know, a customer. They see me once or twice, but once you start to see that customer 3 or 4 times, they kind of understand your work. They respect you a little more. They believe in what you're doing, and it's no different than politicians. Once you see them over and over at different events, they become common to you, so they know what you're looking for, and so I think that really helps.
Yeah, it's true. That relationship building goes a long way, and I remember when I used to help lobby for postal employees, and I'm in Jerry Connolly's district. And one day I was driving down, I went to a supermarket, and there was the congressman. He actually remembered me, which blew my mind. Oh, Seth, even though we hadn't interacted in like 10 years. but that relationship building goes a long way, and that's really what helps. I mean, sure, we can talk about the pertinent like issue points, the bullet points that are important, but if Congressman Tonka or someone else, Congresswoman Stefanik, hey, hi Dan,
Right.
and able to do that take because there's a face to that issue.
Correct. No, that helps out a lot. And like you said, my wife, she was a postal worker for many years, so give her a shout out there.
Hey,
But no, like you say, and when you do attend these events, whether you're going to Stefanik or Tonko's event, you also see other people there. So you may see the mayor of your town or an assemblyman, or a state senator, and you get to know them a little bit more. And those are more key issues, at home rather than nationally. So that also helps out a lot too. And you see a lot of other contractors, maybe the electrical contractors or the plumbing contractors, so you see some of their people there too, or even owners of companies. So that really helps you network, not just with the lawmakers, but with people that are actually from your district. So.
Absolutely. Well, Dan, thank you so much for joining me. I mean, this is one of those I was looking forward to because, I mean, you and I always interact with CEA. We talk about it. We kind of have these conversations over dinner, just hanging out. But I'm glad we kind of could put it to film, and this is awesome. Thanks, Dan.
All right, thanks.